Yeah. Today too, it's about antisemitism, part 3. The reason for antisemitism. So I will show this part today. I've been cleaning out and wanted to do some cleaning and customer dealing before I did this. It's already late, but we can't start hate. And I think the part of the reason for antisemitism is it is double and triple and 100 versions. It's my personal avoidance of dealing with something I need to deal with. I think that is the hate. I want to talk about the hate. The hate that we have inside, the grudge that we deal with all the time, and I think it's a hard thing to deal with when you can't deal with your own anger, unfinished business, and when you don't have anywhere else to place that anger, because all the time we experience something that we is promoted or provoked to hate. Some kind of provocation, some kind of anger, sometimes it's a grudge against someone, bitterness, and such feelings. And there were a Palestinian ambassador for the Palestinian. He was talking about the hate, all the animosity and hate to what he is portraying as occupation. It have never been about occupation. Occupation in the concept of where Islam was before. It's a past, it's a post-Islam. Israel is post-Islam, after Islam, and they have, I don't know how to verbalize or explain that kind of hate that people have to Israel. Yes, because Israel is stated in the middle of the ocean of Islam, the states of Islam, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Jordan and Lebanon, Egypt. You see, now, while the war have been going on, and even before, Egypt, obviously, through the Rafah border, which extended, the tunnel extended from Gaza into Egypt, many routes that leads out to Egypt, the Sinai Peninsula. I can recommend this, mango, dried mango. Keeps you awake. He said This on a Piers Morgan, I think, show that you wouldn't understand, he said something like that, you wouldn't understand the degree of hate I have to Israel. Our occupation is nothing about occupation. It's only the occupation in sense of Islam. Therefore, I think the Muslims can take this occupation of a state called Israel, which is the enemy. You see, when the enemy, the real enemy, and I wouldn't portray Israel as the enemy, but it is the enemy to Islam that have conquered this area through the Ottoman Turk. Now you see Erdogan is becoming more and more Muslim. And the more Muslim he gets, of course he have his toys from Europe and his stronghold in Israel, even though he have to side with the Muslims that can't bear another year of the existence of Israel, the Jewish state of Israel. Look, back in some few years ago, when Netanyahu declared, and it was widely debated, that Israel is now a Jewish state. I think that he is a joker, Mr. Netanyahu. He is a joker. And he knew exactly what would provocate. And he didn't do it deliberately, I believe, because Israel is per definition a Jewish state. State for the Jewish people. And the more he was clear to the appreciation of some that have been haunted for so long. You see, not only triggers the hate against Israel only by Muslims, but the fact that there are Jews still living is a spike, it's a thorn in their eye. It's something so buggering, because Islam should be the superior. Allahu Akbar is, Allahu Akbar is a statement that God, their God, is the greatest. Their God is the greatest. Not great is God. No. Allah is the greatest. Now that they were defeated on the ground by many nations from the Arabic Muslim nations, that in the immediate hours when Israel by Ben-Gurion declared the state of Israel as established, attacked Israel in one go, one after the other. Israel defeated them all. It was a horrendous, heroic battle, and that was the defeat of Islam. It was proven beyond anyone's doubt. I asked a friend from Egypt. I have friends in Egypt. At least I thought so. And I asked him because he had something to say. It is long ago, but But he said something that Israel was defeated in 1973 by this Yom Kippur war. Who defeated Israel, I said? Egypt. Israel was defeated by Egypt. So this is the story that Muslims are told, because they can't, for the better of them, bear the shame that Israel defeated them. I have friends in Egypt. I have friends in so-called Palestine. I am friendly to everyone. I don't go around hate. And a lady told me, asked me, so the killing of Palestinians is justified by the onslaught on the 7th of October? No. The correct answer, the only moral answer to this, because you see the onslaught of of Hamas to Israel by many civilian Palestinians can never be justified by killing Palestinians. It's not same as they say in Thailand. There is no same. No. The only right thing here is when Israel can eliminate, totally get rid of the threat from whoever the threat is coming. For so long Israel have existed. The Muslims by Palestinians, the brainless people that can't understand a lesson or two, have to be eliminated. Not from this earth, I don't mean killing and so on. No, the threat that a rabbi said the only right thing to do is eliminate the threat so that they wouldn't attack Israel within one generation. And one generation is from father to son. 40 years. That's how it's counted. 40 years. One generation. You see how the hate have filled the Muslims regarding Israel. It's a doctrine. I wouldn't blame every Muslim to hate, no. But Islam, when it's on full bloom, it will motivate to hate and kill Jews, deceive and cheat Jews. Because now Israel exists. I wasn't born in 1948, so I woke up into this life with Israel existing. It's a marvelous premise that Israel was from my beginning and will live after my death. And that is for a Muslim, according to Islam. When Muslims are understanding it, it is a defeat of Islam, because Islam is the superior. Allahu Akbar. God is the superior, their God, which is another different God altogether, but I can't say something about that in the middle of this topic. So the hate from Islam, the Muslims, is deeply rooted. And this Arab that was ambassador in UN for Palestinian explained, not explained, but he just expressed his hatred to the occupation, so-called occupation of the State of Israel. So that's how they feel. That's their hatred. That's how they deal with hatred. They can't. And I think deep down, it's also something about the unjust system while the Imam is ruling. A guy came up to me and said he was so happy. He was a Muslim, of course. He just came from the mosque. And the Imam told the congregation there that the man is superior to the ladies. 1% superior. What? He was so happy, and he couldn't hold back his expression of happiness, that he felt that kind of a confirmation. And how low is that? That any man would feel happiness and joy out of this imam, or any priest or rabbi would say, you are superior to the ladies. Who would rejoice in such a statement? I think part of the hate from Muslims to Israel is that they can't do anything about their own leadership. And I was talking a little bit about that yesterday, that the hatred, the anger, the antisemitism against both Jews and Israel, and anti-Zionism is about a society that is collapsing, a culture that is collapsing, because we can't deal with our own politicians, administrations, leaders. No, because they are falling like a brick, because they lost their moral guidelines, they lost their moral compass. They have no backbone anymore. They have no guiding star. What is right, what was right today or yesterday is the polar opposite, today or tomorrow. We never know. That is abomination. It's a collapse of a culture. It's a collapse of society. And it is showing by the pure fact that people's moral compass is adjusted, is corrupted by showing their pity. What is better than hate? What is better to justify your hate when you can show pity to the poor, weak Palestinians? They are just so innocent. They are so poor. When I'm talking about this stuff in Norway, they don't really listen. They don't really resonate, because they are not even interested in what I'm saying. That the case for Israel and the nations down there in the Middle East is that they can never accept. They don't ask, oh, I didn't know that. No, it's just, no, nothing. What are you doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? Something they get very tracked off. I can't understand, because what I didn't know before, obviously, I asked this friend of mine, when did you, how or when did anti-Semitism start? After the Second World War, he said. Of course not. I said, this is even from the Bible. I said that Queen Esther and all the names I forgot, but the story of Esther and this Haman that wanted to slay all the Jews in Babylon, I think it was Babylon, was saved by this guy, Mordecai. So it was a decree. I told him it was a decree of killing all the Jews. So you see, a decree, maybe it was justified by something that you pity those that are playing double standard, the double role. They play victim and they are terrorists. It's exactly what the Palestinians are doing by Hamas, and many of the civilians that rejoiced, cheered, applauded, lifted up stones and sticks in order to hit and express their hate to those Jews, petty Jews, that was either half dead or dead when they were coming into Gaza from Israel by the terrorists. So you see, the hatred of Jews is something that is mirrored from our unfinished business. I would say so, loudly so, because when you have hatred, I don't reject hate, because even God hates. But God hates very clearly what is wrong, what you call when people are cheating. Divorce, God hates divorce, God hates cheating, God hates lying. Therefore he gave the commandments. Because why does God hate? Because it hurts each and every one. So now the world's hate to Israel, it's due time that God come down and do some management. I'm so off concerning this Israel, the hate of Israel, the hate of the people of Zion. I'm part of the people that love Zion. I'm a Zionist, even though I'm not a Jew. My sister did the exam, but nothing fragments of Jews were found there. Maybe God put in me a Jewish heart, I don't know, pumping blood. I don't know. But you see, the hate that people can't come around. We have psychiatric healthcare shrinks, they call them shrinks, dealing with stuff. And a lady that I met in Israel way back was explaining, because she did some aura treatment. She was treating the aura of people. She was a Jew, and she didn't look Jew per se, and she was aware of that. She looked like average Norwegian, maybe a little bit East European, something like that. I wouldn't know, but she was a brilliant lady. She was in Israel by that time, and she was saying, because she did this treatment, she was able to make people without any hesitation, without any reservation, to open up. And when she was treating Muslim ladies, Muslim people, she saw into a darkness of hate that she was really shocked, because they didn't think of her as a Jew, and therefore they let themselves open and showed so much hate they had. The hate is here something that people need to deal with in a serious sense. So how do people get healed from hate? I would say, start hating what is wrong, and start reading Torah, the Bible, the 10 Commandments, of what is right and what is wrong. So much you can do in order to treat yourself from hating something that is purely elected by God. No one knows why God elected or chose Israel and the Jewish people. I don't know. It's maybe a sign that even the world outside Israel can receive redemptions for their sin of hating Jews. Israel is that kind of a sacrifice for the nations to let Israel be alone in the hard times. Look what is happening today. Israel was attacked in so bad way, and in so gruesome way. Yet all the nations condemn Israel. Now after, if some of the hostages came out or were put alive again by some miracle, and they reappeared and understood that all the nations, due to the attack on Israel, was consenting in the establishment of a Palestinian state, a state governed by purely terrorists. What would they say when they woke up or came out of the tunnels or wherever they are into the realization that the world understood this to be the best way to deal with Hamas and Palestinian people, that to give them a state, honoring them for the attack of Israel over so many years. It's not only the October 7th, but through the whole period that it has been such a situation that they deny every offer and given by Israel to give land, have rejected it. Now all the nations are in a way giving the Palestinian people a statehood that can continue this onslaught of hate, this continuous hatred, and how willfully, how hatred the nations are. So soon it's Shabbat. We have to be in peace and love, and we can be redeemed. Shalom everyone. Bye bye.